Hi there, it's Nicole Wesson, and I am coming to you with another episode of DoByWhy for adult learners. In this episode, it's going to be a little bit online as well as offline. So the tip I want to share with you today is one that's very close to my heart. As a little girl, I was a huge fan, and I still am a huge fan of reading. And of course, this was telling my age. This was before Amazon. It was before Barnes and Noble. Even if you remember Borders. So even before that, the best place outside of the bookmobile for my school, the best place for me to get books was the public library. So I am doing this tip. It's a shout out. It's a love letter to the public library. And as an adult learner, granted, you do have resources. You do have your university library, which I am a huge fan of, and being able to just sign on to that, log in, and access journals and any type of books, sometimes PDFs of any type of resources you need to complete any paper that you have, or just do research overall. But I don't want you to limit yourself to the university library. I want you to also remember that you have the public library in your city, in your town, in your state. Fortunately, I have access to 2 libraries, and more than anything, one is right down the street from me, so it's within walking distance. So what that does is that gives me the opportunity not only to go to the library to study, and I did that on several occasions when I was in school, but I also had the opportunity to request a book, and I had to do this for several papers to have additional resources, because a professor will say, oh, I need you to cite 10 to 12 to 15 different resources, and a website won't do. So to know that, just know you can always request books online from your public library and have them sent to your library, and that's actual books. They are actual books. But you can also request the ebook version. I like to do a little bit of mix of both. But again, don't lose sight of your local public library. It's one of the best resources for a ton of different information, different interests, resources, anything, research. Oh my gosh, for research. Don't forget your public library. And one of the best things, if you haven't been to the library recently, make sure you get your library card if you don't have it. A lot of cities, a lot of library systems will allow you to request your library card online. You will need that when you make a request or put something on hold and you want to make a loan of a book, magazine, CD, whatever. I know I said CD, DVD, whatevs. But the other resources that you can use, other online resource you can use with, I'm sure you have Amazon Kindle, is your ebook. So if you use Overdrive and your library card, you can sign into your local library, look up what's available, request it either via ebook, and if it's an ebook, you can, once it comes in, you can just download that to your Amazon Kindle. The other option is requesting and loaning and being loaned an actual book. You can also do that online through Overdrive as well, selecting your closest library and then picking that up on your way home from work. But again, don't lose sight on your public library as a resource for research for those papers that you are bound to write. And especially if you can't find what you're looking for easily in your university library, don't forget the one that I grew up with, and you probably grew up with as well, your local public library. Thanks again for watching. Of course, I want to ask if you are loving this series, and I'm going to do more of them for sure. Please like, subscribe, and definitely share. And then again, comment. Let me know if there's any tips. If you're in school, you're thinking about going to school, and you want just some tips about how to select a college. And this is for adults, of course, but looking for online classes, what's the best between online, hybrid, etc. Feel free to comment and shoot me an email. I'm happy to respond. Thanks again for visiting DoByWhy for Adult Learners. It's Nicole, and I'll see you soon. Bye.